Good morning mga katribu and welcome to another episode of Straight Talk. I am Komfie Manalo and joining us today is the Sales and Marketing Head of Shiptek Solutions to discuss with us the innovations in the digital age of logistics industry. Let us welcome Mr. Eric Vitug. Good morning, Mr. Eric.
Hi, good morning, Komfie. Good morning, everyone
Yeah.
on watching the show. Yeah.
Kumusta naman po dyan sa, sa Laguna?
Okay naman. Of course, as mentioned, alam naman natin lahat, medyo MECQ tayo. But we're doing great here in Laguna.
And yun nga, you're doing really great, no? Because despite the pandemic, Shiptek has been expanding aggressively since last year. So first question natin is, how is the digitization transforming the logistics industry?
Okay, in terms of digitization, I think digitization has allowed the industry to have end-to-end transaction visibility for all parties involved in the logistics or supply chain, right? But more than that, it has basically improved yung customer experience, because now customers have the ability also to have visibility of their transactions. More than that, I think I would also like to mention that, of course, when you go digital, you have massive amounts of data that you can generate insights from. So this has led the industry to create more compelling products, right? And it has allowed them to become more profitable in the process.
The logistics and the shipping industry, these are these industries that have been hesitant to accept development and the technology because alam naman natin na maraming kaso ng corruption. That's why yung industry na very hesitant to accept technology. So how did you face that challenge to allow to educate the industry to accept digitization?
Oh, okay. That's a good question. Actually, medyo malayo pa tayo dun. We're there. Technology is actually not the issue if you look at it. It's more of adoption. As you mentioned, a lot of people or a lot of companies are still embracing the traditional ways of doing things. So it's really more of adoption rather than technology. And what we did to help the industry is, of course, we've developed platform that is very affordable and would not require a lot of investment in terms of acquiring or having this platform in place.
So how do you think will technology impact the logistics and the shipping industries?
I think technology will only make things better moving forward because, as mentioned, it has allowed the companies to have visibility of their transaction, right, from start to finish. That's one. It has allowed them to become more efficient in their ways of working. And at the end of the day, of course, becoming more efficient would translate to just better and more profits for your company.
Of efficiency and profitability, how will the digital technology specifically impact the sectors of logistics and the shipping?
Specifically for the shipping industry, what we did was we provided them with basically with technology so that they can leverage on it, because some of the challenges involved in the logistics industry, as we all know, would be first and foremost, it's complex process. We know for a fact that a transaction involves a lot of steps in this process, right? And second would be right now, right now, especially with the pandemic, there's a growing demand for digitization because a lot of companies, a lot of employees are not working in their offices but working offsite, and you need access to the data that's that has reference or related to a specific transaction. That's why what we did was we provided the industry again with a platform that would allow them to go digital now, and that would not have a huge investment on their part.
Sabi mo the pandemic has allowed the acceleration of adoption ng digital technology, and for siguro what we can, if we have something to thank for sa pandemic, is it streamlined the supply chain. And alam naman natin, one of the biggest reason bakit mataas ang mga bilihin is because of the supply chain. Ang dami-daming middlemen, ang dami-daming pinagdadaanan. So how will technology, or how does technology further streamline the supply chain para mabawasan yung mga middlemen at bukod sa tumaas na efficiency, And mag-translate to sa mababang halaga ng mga produkto na binibili natin sa merkado.
Okay. Okay. Before, I think it's about time for me to tell you a short story, right? Before, when I was with another company, a logistics company as well, we were doing e-commerce. That was way back in 2003, right? And we were marveling at how Amazon was able to do it, because back in the day, it was only them and a handful of online or e-commerce companies has that technology, and that allows customers to have, again, end-to-end visibility of their transaction. So alam mo kung ano yung nangyayari sa transaction mo. And likewise, companies who join the marketplace are able to leverage on that technology. It's only recent, especially with the pandemic, na medyo na-accelerate yan, including mga payment options, payment gateways, and all that. It's only recently that the companies, and specifically logistics companies, have developed products and services that will allow even yung mga SMEs or small medium enterprises to have this technology for them to use, right? So they can participate in marketplaces, and at the same time, nakabundle doon or bundled yung services for them to make use of it and to maximize that specific technology. So ngayon, 'di ba, kung for example you're a manufacturer, medyo home-based ka lang, 'di ba? Small industry ka lang, pwede mo nang gamitin yung technology and leverage on that para ma-distribute mo yung products mo. Kasi before, medyo imposible yun. Medyo hindi mo maisip kung paano mo gagawin yun, especially if you're a small player, medyo backyard industry ka lang. But now, because of technology, companies have created marketplaces, and likewise logistics companies have now participated in creating that or in augmenting that marketplace, so that players or small manufacturers can now leverage on that para ma-distribute nila yung produkto nila from their backyard to the end consumer.
Yun nga isang advantage ng adoption ng technology pagdating sa logistics. Now, even yung mga farmers, they can now directly sell to the consumers, or farm to table na nga ngayon, diba? Dati farm to market lang And I don't know if you have data on this, or if you are one of the right person to ask this, kasi isa sa mga nakinabang talaga ng pandemic is the logistics sector. Particularly yung mga delivery services, yung mga Lalamove, Angkas, etc. Kaya lang, one of the complaints of the consumers naman is dahil unregulated yung charges, yung service fees na charge ng mga logistics companies na to, doon naman tumataas yung cost ng product. Kasi mababa nga yung kuha mo, pero mas mataas pa minsan yung logistics service o service fee ng mga logistics companies na to. So how will you address that concern sa one part of the logistics sector?
What you're talking about, Komfie, would be yung last mile, tawagin natin yun. Okay, so it's basically from the manufacturer or the distributor to the end consumer. And I think it's through time. If you, sabi nga sa'yo, nagsimula kami ng e-commerce, we were doing this way back in 2003. The prices are even higher, believe me. The prices are even higher to have, let's say, a kilo of a package delivered to your doorstep. Now it's actually better, mas mababa na siya. Although you're correct, when you mention na there are times na lumalabas, parang yung binili kong produkto, mas mahal pa yung delivery fee. Correct? Because of course, may formula na ina-adapt tayo dyan or ina-apply tayo dyan. So medyo hindi tayo makakaiwas sa mga ganong instances wherein the delivery fee might be even more or costlier than the product itself. But if you look at it at a different perspective, just imagine the convenience that this particular process brings to you. Just imagine before, 'di ba, kung bibili ka, let's say, for example, ng item na 50 pesos, you have to go out, 'di ba? Lalabas ka sa bahay mo, punta ka sa mall, gasolina, parking, traffic. Then if you look at it, 'di ba? At the end of the day, parang papadeliver na lang ako kahit na mas mahal pa yung kasi baka nga mas mura pa yung ibabayad mo sa delivery fee as opposed to going through all the hassle, 'di ba? The inconvenience of just driving, magpapagas ka, magbabayad ka ng parking at the end of the day. So again, what I'm saying is, before it was really higher, and right now I've seen throughout the years that it has improved a lot, and the prices have really gone down to a level that has become really affordable for most of the consumers out there in the market.
And I would say na I would add na aside from the convenience that this technology has as added value to the logistics sector is yung yung you can find now mga hard to find items online. And even in fact yesterday I was able to shop from different places, Parañaque, Marikina, Binondo, Pasay, online. And then the logistics service was very efficient na na-deliver sa akin yung mga hinahanap ko mga hard to find items. In just one day, yun yung aside from the convenience that na pwedeng ihatid sa atin ng adoption ng technology ng logistics and shipping sector. Anyways, add to that, do you think na this technology has forever changed the landscape ng logistics industry?
I think it did, and it will just continue to change the landscape and the change we do things. Because first and foremost, diba, yun nga yung sabi ko kanina, it has a lot of impact in terms of improving the efficiencies of companies. And a lot of companies, a lot of entrepreneurs who do business, of course, that's something that they want. Yun yung gusto natin. Because we know for a fact that at the end of the day, if we become more efficient, we can now accommodate more customers into our platform, into our system. Mas mabilis kasi yung turnaround or turnover natin, di ba? So at the end of the day, mas malaking kikitain natin. It will just create more profits for us, more business for us, and overall, di ba, at the national level, more employment for everybody in the country.
Since the sector of logistics has already accepted or starting to adapt or accept yung technology, what are the challenges do you think are you facing from the logistics industry, particularly from companies that are still embracing the legacy operations?
Correct. I'm glad that you mentioned that the word embracing, because yun talaga yung challenge namin ngayon. It's really adoption. And I've seen that also throughout the years, because as mentioned before, in 2003, when we were doing e-commerce, we were doing door-to-door delivery. Wala pa dun yung adoption. It's only, 2017, 2018. And again, as you mentioned, or as you pointed out, medyo nag-boom siya during the pandemic. And again, that's the last mile, right? So yung last mile, medyo nandun na tayo. We're there already. A lot of people have embraced the technology and the way we do logistics in the last mile. But in the mid-mile where we operate, our company specifically operates, as you pointed out, a lot of companies are still hanging on to their legacy system. So it's really adoption and transitioning from or shifting from traditional ways of doing things and going digital all the way. So ang challenge din namin dito is how can we bridge that gap to allow these companies to transition from traditional to digitization without disrupting their yung the way they're doing things right now, yung existing process nila. Kasi yun yung ayaw nila, di ba? If you're a company, of course, you have a technology in place. Ang tanong mo is, teka lang, how do I now transition from point A to point B? I'm serving customers. So paano to? Diba? So that's something that we also need to address. So that's basically one of the challenges that we're encountering right now.
Thank you very much. Maganda yung ating discussion, and ngayon magtitigil muna tayo, mag-commercial muna tayo, at sa ating pagbabalik ay pag-uusapan pa natin ang iba pang mga produkto ng Shiptek Solutions para makatulong sa logistics services. Magbabalik po ang Straight Talk with Daily Tribune.
Magandang araw mga katribo! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelovelo, Komfie Manalo, Chinky Mangkukang, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Jerk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas ng mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Sama-sama natin alamin ang mga natatagong istorya sa mga latest na kaganapan sa loob at labas ng bansa.
Simulan ang bawat umaga with good vibes sa mga informative and recreational segments dito sa ating programa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube. Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magkita-kita po tayo mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga at magsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising na!
Globe, our steps can lead us to millions of doors opening, millions of paths unfolding, and millions of reasons to keep going. Now's the time to be with the network that gets better every day for you.
And we're back sa Straight Talk with Daily Tribune. Kasama pa rin natin si Mr. Eric Vitug, Sales and Marketing Head ng Shiptek Solutions. Kanina before we took a break, pinag-usapan natin o discuss sa atin ni Mr. Eric Vitug yung advantage ng digital technology para bilisin o lalong pagandahin ang efficiency ng mga company na nag-a-adopt ng digital technology. And if you are efficient, that means that would translate to higher profit. Ngayon naman, pag-uusapan natin ang mga produkto ginagawa ng Shiptek Solutions para makatulong sa logistics industry. So, Sir Eric, tell us about the initiative of XLog to onboard the domestic shipping lines to your platforms.
Okay, as mentioned earlier, Komfie, a lot of companies, yung challenges natin, of course, would be complex process, di ba? And we know for a fact that you cannot run a supply chain business with just a pen and paper. So you need something that would allow you to automate most of your processes. Next would be, again, that's why there's a growing demand for digitization and the shift to going digital because of our need to address the complex process and how to become more efficient. But the thing is, companies would want to shift to digital, but most of the systems that are available out there in the market are really expensive and would cost a lot of investment. That's why our company, Shiptek, has come up with XLog. This is basically a platform that leverages on technology, giving parties involved in supply chain, like forwarder shipping companies, brokers, and the like, the ability to have visibility of their transaction from start to finish. But what's more compelling or unique about this product, it has embedded financial services built into the platform, which was made possible through our partnership with Union Bank.
Yung, say, pag-digitize, let's say I'm a small company and I want to digitize. Do you have an estimate how much will it cost me to digitize my system?
Okay, kung magpapagawa tayo sa software company or let's say mag-engage tayo ng supplier, hindi ko na mention yung mga suppliers out there, but I think those in the industry are familiar with those suppliers. Sabihin ko confused, it will cost you a ton of money in the millions. Ganun yung figure na pinag-uusapan natin just to go digital. So mahal talaga siya. That's why as mentioned, maraming companies na gusto mag-digitize or mag-automate. Pero hindi naman sila natatakot. But the thing is, yung investment medyo malaki talaga.
That's why, but when they onboard sa XLog, how much will it cost them? And
with XLog, signing up is easy. First and foremost, 5 minutes lang, you can sign up sa system. And it's for free. Signing up is free. And then we charge per transaction basis lang. So yun ang maganda doon. And mas maganda pa doon is, per transaction siya, but the more transactions that you have within the platform, the lower the price will be. So yun yung maganda doon. So dinevelop talaga namin to para makatulong sa companies, especially the small medium enterprises, para magkaroon sila ng ng laban sa mga malalaki na nandiyan, di ba? Makapag-compete sila sa market ng logistics and supply chain.
So when a company onboards sa platform ng XLog, they have the option to choose kung ano lang yung mga transactions na gusto nila, or they can choose to get the whole system.
The way XLog is built, so as mentioned a while back, meron tayong mga iba-ibang players. We have forwarders, we have shipping companies, we have trucking companies, etc. So they can choose which one they want to play. So ano yung role nila ko? So kung trucking company ka, you choose the role of a trucking company within that system. And it will allow you to see the modules based on your particular role in the supply chain. So ganun siya. But if you're involved in many aspects of the logistics, di ba? Yung process, tracker ka, shipping line ka, etc., you can actually avail of all the services or the modules within that platform.
So what are the services that you offer in Xlog sa mga truckers, forwarders, shippers, etc.?
Okay, medyo marami, ano? Komfie, siguro bigyan ko na kayo example. One would be online booking. Okay? Why online booking? Because right now, nakikita natin na a lot of companies spend time just to book a particular shipment. Tinatawagan nila yung shipping line, yung tracking company, pabalik-balik yan, yung mga documents, pabalik-balik, just to book a particular shipment. That's why we created this platform to allow yung less coordination in terms of booking pa lang. So that's one. Also, there's digital documentation. So the system acts as your repository for all your files. Just imagine right now, Komfie, for example, nag-follow up yung customer sa'yo. Nasaan na yung shipment ko? Eh kung wala ka sa office, paano yan? Wala ka access sa files. Paano na ngayon yan? Diba? So with Xlog, you can just log into the platform, into the system, and you can view yung transaction history. So alam mo exactly immediately kung ano yung nangyayari dun sa transaction na yun, right? So digital documentation, track and trace, you also have yung ability, yung fleet management service, marami Komfie. It's basically created by people who are familiar with the process of logistics and supply chain.
So everywhere, no? So ibig sabihin, mobile app din to.
Yes, there's currently yung version natin, it's available on the web, so you need a laptop to access it, simply because marami kasing fields na fill-upan eh. So just imagine kung nasa telepono, medyo limited yung real estate, diba, ng telepono in terms of screen size. So that's why the app or the platform is available right now via your laptop or desktop. The mobile app that we have right now is specifically for truckers, for truck driver app, because that also acts as your GPS system. And also it allows the drivers to upload documents and to have e-signatures pag pina-receive na nila yung cargo nila dun sa consignee or sa customer.
And na-mention mo kanina na very expensive talaga yung pag-digitize, and one of the reason bakit hesitant yung mga small players or small companies to digitize is because of the millions of pesos in investment. Now, with Xlog, do you also offer digitization service to these companies?
Yes. We offer digitization to companies who would want specific modules inside Xlog. We've experienced that customers are wanting or requiring to have just specific modules within the system. So we can do that. We can customize for these companies if they want it to be so.
Or they can just simply use your existing platform.
Yes, oo. Pwede rin naman yung commercial version ng platform, available naman yan. And again, as mentioned earlier, it only takes you 5 minutes to register or sign up. And it's free. The only time that we will charge you is when you transact within the system.
So as a whole, how will Xlog service improves the logistics processes? And what are the advantages of getting your service or onboarding your platform?
Of course, first and foremost, and as mentioned earlier, when you go digital, you increase the efficiency, yung turnaround time. And at the end of the day, of course, this will, again, translate to more profits to your company. Also, ang maganda pag nag-digital ka, you have transaction visibility nung particular shipment. So from start to finish, kita mo kung ano yung nangyayari sa kanya. And at the end of the day, of course, this will translate to better customer experience. Yun ang pinaka-importante sa lahat, di ba? Na maging masaya yung mga customers natin when they engage our companies, right?
And thank you very much. Maraming salamat, Sir Eric Vitug. Interesante yung ating mga pag-uusap. Pero magbabalik ulit tayo. Magkakaroon tayo ng sandaling paalala sa ating mga sponsors. At sa pagbabalik natin, makakasama ulit natin si Sir Eric Vitug, Sales and Head Marketing ng Shiptek Solutions.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Oh, vaccination, isolation. Gotta keep up with my nutrition. Gotta maintain my body condition. Then I can take my vaccination. What do I choose? What do I take? As long as it is not a fake. AstraZeneca, Moderna, BioNTech, even Sinovac, okay na. Babakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation. No more isolation. With vaccination. Babakuna ka ba? 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 Paturok, paturok, paturok.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
And we're back. Good morning again. Nandito pa rin tayo sa Straight Talk with Daily Tribune. Nalilito ako kasi kagagaling ko lang kayo sa gising na. So, medyo nasa gising na pa rin ako. Gising na atmosphere pa rin ako. Anyways, kanina medyo seryoso yung ating discussion kay Mr. Eric Vitug ng Sales and Marketing Head ng Shiptek Solutions Corporation. Ngayon naman medyo lighter side naman tayo, sir. Gusto namin makita yung yung personalidad. So, maglalaro tayo ng konti. Magkapakita kami ng mga photos and then you will describe it with one word. The first word that comes into your mind.
Okay.
So ito na po, papakita na po kami ng mga photos. First picture, please.
Daily Tribune, honest.
Thank you. Next photo. Next image, please.
Retire.
I agree, you should.
Organized. Insightful.
Yeah, malapit na sumilip yan. Ilang araw na lang.
Kaya nga eh. Accurate.
And thank you very much, Sir John, Sir Eric. Very game sa aming konting kalokohan dito sa opisina.
Yes.
At maraming salamat din sa inyong sa inyong oras ngayong araw na to at sinamahan mo kami sa Straight Talk with Daily Tribune. At sana may mga natutunan ating mga viewers. At of course, siyempre isusulat din natin to sa Daily Tribune yung napag-usapan natin ngayon. At sir, do you have any parting words to our viewers or to our listeners? And of course, message na rin sa logistics industry.
Okay. I think a message ko is simple lang, 2 words, go digital. So shift from traditional and let's go digital.
Maraming salamat po, Sir Eric Vitug. At tulad nga po lang nasabi niya, let's go digital. Dahil digital technology will allow us to be more efficient and translate to better fortune or better profit. So, maraming salamat po muli. Ako po si Komfie Manalo at ito ang Straight Talk with Daily Tribune.